thought I'd do a protein test. Got my Keto Mojo, got glucose and ketone strips. I guess it comes from just being so baffled by the number of people who talk about too much protein. When I hear people throw up their macros for protein and say, I'm at 55 or 65 grams. And I'm afraid of too much. I'm afraid of going over. I go over every day. My macro is 112 for protein, and I'm probably close to double it every day. 200, no less. I miss on the low side of 200, but I aim for 250. And the reason for that is because it helps. I love it. I love high protein. I like how I feel. I like being satiated. I like how I feel in the gym. So I'm kind of inclined to always think double the macro, right? So when I hear people talk about too much protein, I just think they're talking out of their ass. Carnivores prove every day that 250, 300, 350 grams a day, and they're staying in ketosis. If they're staying ketotic and we're worried about 50, 60, 70 grams, ridiculous, just stupid. So what I thought I'd do was I'm going to do a fasted glucose. So it's noon, exactly noon right now. In fact, I'll just show that to you. So it's 12:02. You can see that okay on February 13th. Finished eating last night at 8 p.m. So I'm at exactly 16 hours fasting. So we'll do one right now at exactly noon. I'll throw in the glucose strip first. Oh, it's not the ketone strip. Love you guys are doing this. Whew, this is fun. So I'll just get you started right now with what I got. So this is glucose. I'm sorry, glucose. Glucose of 84. That's bad, right? You can't see that well. 84, good. Okay, and then I'll do the same with ketones, just to give you an idea. And I'm typically in that range. I'm typically low 80s. And by the way, I have no faith in this ketone meter. And what I mean by that is both ketones and glucose, if you've got one, you're surprised half the time at the reading. Its plus minus is so variable. So this has me right now at 0.8. Okay, so that's typical. But what I mean by that is there will be days where I'll test in the morning at 0.8. Let's say 0.8. By the time I test at 10 a.m. And then I'll test at noon and it'll have me at 0.1. And I'll immediately go, that doesn't make any sense. It should be higher. I've just fasted for another 5 hours. And so I'll do another one and it'll go from 0.1 to 0.9. Right? So the variance in the Keto Mojo, it's actually depressing. Because I talk about testing all the time. That when someone says, a sugar-free Monster kicked me out of ketosis, bullshit. Okay, no sugar-free Monster. It's got 70 milligrams of sucralose. 70 milligrams of sucralose never affected anybody's ketosis, let alone kick them out of. So dumb. Anyway, what I'm going to do then? This is a protein test. I like the Isoflex. This Isoflex is pure isolate. I'll just let you know what's in it. So of course it's got loaded with whey. In fact, the 30-gram scoop has got 27 grams of protein of whey isolate. So I'm going to jack it up. I want the full 30, so I'll probably put in like 35 grams to make sure I get it. The non-medicinal ingredients, in case you're curious: cocoa powder because it's chocolate flavored, natural artificial flavors because it also has a mint flavor. Nonetheless, xanthan gum, lecithin, and acesulfame potassium, right? ACE-K and sucralose. And again, same thing, like trace of each. So I'm going to throw a nice big 1.5 cups of almond milk. Heap and hog and scoop in. Okay, so I'm going to load that sucker right up. For fun. Let's put another couple grams in. So 30 grams away. So you just saw 0.8 and 86, right? 0.8 and 86. Give me a quick second. Oh, that is so good. Not a big fan of mint, but it's just such a light little hint. You know something? 30 grams, is that enough? I tell you what we'll do. If you guys get these Costco Premier Protein shakes, they're great on the run. When I'm in that hurry, I'm going to the show with my kids, and I'll put one of these in so like if they're sipping their root beer and Coke, I can have a 30-gram shake. But you know something? I don't think 30 grams is a good enough test of whey isolate. Now this, by the way, is a concentrated mix. So the ingredients, the top few are water, milk protein concentrate, calcium, caseinate, cocoa powder, whey protein concentrate, inulin, chicory root. It's got a little bit of sunflower oil, so not ideal, but I'm in it for the protein. Okay, so we just had 30 grams of whey isolate. Let's do 30 grams of casein and whey concentrate as well. Oh, that's good too. Okay, so 60 grams of protein, 60 grams of whey, 0 fat, fasted. Okay, so if you guys are right and there's an insulinic response, then the insulin response in the body is plummeting glucose, right? It's gonna take the glucose out of my bloodstream and put it right into storage. And by extension, my ketones should drop. So it is right now, it took me 7 minutes to get that. So 12:07, I'm gonna come back every 15 minutes for the next 2 hours, and we're gonna check both. Okay, so 15 minutes from now is 12:22. I'll talk to you then. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes. It's 12:22, 15 minutes on February 13th since I ingested that 30 grams of the Isoflex and then 30 grams of the premier protein. So 60 grams, so 15 minutes. I don't know about you, I will expect that if there's gonna be a response, it'd be fast. We talked about fast acting, lean protein, right? 0 fat, 60 grams of whey. I think we would expect that there's gonna be a response in the first half hour. So this is 15-minute mark. So this one is glucose. And hopefully I'll have an opportunity in doing this to show you how off the folly of using this. Okay, it's our gauge right now, 82. So it was 84 first time, now I'm at 82. We'll do the same thing with the ketone strip. So no impact yet. See if we get another drop. There we go. Beauty. Okay. I lick it every time, I don't know why. Have it. You see blood, you lick it. It's having kids. But what I meant by that was, okay, so 1.1. So, see, that's what I mean. The 0.8 15 minutes ago, there's no way I believe that whey bumped my ketone. But that means then that 0.8 was artificially low, right? And I typically come in at this time when I break my fast right around 1 or 1.1. I was actually a bit surprised that it read 0.8. That's my point. If I had done 2 or 3, then it may have gotten a 1.1. Okay, because like I say, I've seen examples where this will give me a 1.1 now, and in 15 minutes, I'm going to get a 0.5. And I'll do another one right away and get a 1.1. So I don't trust these explicitly, but I mean, what else have we got to use, right? So went from 0.8 to 1.1, still hovering the 82, 84 range. So that makes it, that's the first 15 minutes. So it's 124, just hit 124. So 50 more minutes makes, let's make it 16. And I'll jump back in at 12:40 and we'll hit the next one. Good. All right, 12:40. We're bang on. Second try. 60 grams of whey. Oh my God, some of you people make me laugh. Okay, let's get that in. This makes us right around the 35-minute mark. Okay, glucose, 87. All right, can you see that? Okay, 87, so bang on the place we expected to be, so no glucose hit. I'm not jumping up like a DQ blizzard up to 140. Okay, see if I can get another drop there. Good. I'll have to do that a second time. All right. See, 0.1. Okay, so 0.1 on its own would have you go, oh my God, look at that glucose hit. So we are, or sorry, that insulin hit the glucose. So we'll do that one more time and see if it's consistent. If it's consistent, I'd call that an insulin hit. All right, going from 1.1 to 1. But that's what I mean. If it's below 0.5 on the second one, I'll be very surprised. It shouldn't be. Oh, see how much of a difference it is. 0.1. Yeah, I'll stop recording if it's 0.1. And 0.6. Okay, so What a variance, right? 0.1 to 0.6. Let's do it one more time. Why not? They're only $1 a piece. Okay, so fresh hit, fresh drop of blood. 8 seconds. Let's see what we get this time. That's a big 10.8. So I don't know what to tell you on that. To me, I should be in the 0.8 range. That's where we started, as high as 0.1. So we'll call that 0.6, 0.7, 0.8. We'll call 0.7 the range, and we'll call the 1 and the low anomalous, and we'll just do it again in 15 minutes. So 12:44, back at 1. See? Okay, so there's 1 o'clock, so that makes a full hour. Since I ingested, not we, the 60 grams of whey. Okay, so let's jump right into the, okay, so glucose first. If you guys use the glucose, what's it called? The glucose ketone index 100. So that's the highest shit. I'm almost inclined to do that one again because I jumped by 10. I mean, it's a small 10% increase. I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap because we're looking for an insulin response, right? The argument is that whey causes an insulinic response. So I'm expecting to see glucose drop, and I'm expecting to see ketones plummet. So 0.7. So we're consistent. Started at 0.6, went as high as 1.1, 0.8 on the last one, 0.7 on this one. Let's do it one more time in 15 minutes. That'll make 75 minutes in total. And 15 minutes from now will be 117. We'll make it 120. And that'll give you an idea of what 60 grams of whey can do, right? We're looking for an insulinic response because that's the claim that whey is, I mean, ask Berg. Go to every one of Berg's videos on whey, and he'll talk about don't do it because it's highly insulinic. Insulin makes glucose and ketones plummet. You know this. And so far, at exactly 65 minutes, we haven't seen either. Okay, so we'll try it again in 17 minutes. Awesome. 120 on the dot. So that takes us to 80 minutes. So let me get this last test in, and we'll see what the result is. I know you're all hoping that I was just gonna have like plummeting to nothing, non-existent ketones, right? Come on, let's face it. If you believe in high protein causes an insulinic response, you're thinking 98. Okay, so a little bit higher than I would have expected. It's 10 higher. I didn't expect to leave the 80s. So I'm not sure if that's a little bit of lactose or what that is, but that certainly is the opposite of an insulinic response. Come on, we'll be good. Yeah, 0.6. Perfect nutritional ketosis. Okay, so that's 80 minutes of that nonsense of prodding and poking, and 60 grams. So I'm just going to finish with this. I'm a firm believer that up your protein. Prevents metabolic breakdown, prevents muscle loss. There's apparently no downside, right? But if it keeps me in a positive nitrogen balance, I'm working hard on that right there, okay? Too hard to give it away by not having enough protein. And I just proved to you that 60 grams of whey, lean whey with 0 fats, didn't take me out of ketosis not once in 80 minutes. There's 6 tests in 80 minutes, and Bob's your uncle, nutritional ketosis the whole time. All right, so that's why I feel free to jump in the forums and argue. I feel free to say you're retarded if you buy into Berg's belief that's based on people who follow the SAD diet, that whey kicks you out of ketosis. It clearly doesn't even impact it, right? Started at 0.6, ended at 0.6. So Bob's your uncle 80 minutes later. I'm going to have some bacon and eggs now, some real food, but nonetheless, get your shakes in you.